As you know, as the developers would have you know, and as they've said, they've actually been at it for now about nearly 5 years.
That's correct.
And we like to thank them and acknowledge them for their perseverance. I know they've had stumbling blocks along the way. They've probably had missed opportunities along the way. But ultimately, today we are where we are today because of the fact that there was a recognition that they were genuine investors, that they were genuinely willing to participate in our economy. We of course want business people and investors to make money, but also to be able to have a particular level of commitment to Fiji. And I think the fact that they've worked in close collaboration with the Ministry of Lands and Mineral Resources, but also the land-owning units that are involved and will benefit from this, demonstrates their capacity and their willingness to work with all of us. So I'd like to congratulate you for that. We should put all our hands together for it. The Bishop, of course, has been quite unrelenting in his perseverance. I'd like to acknowledge him personally for that. Ladies and gentlemen, the reality is that the land bank, which has been much talked about and indeed maligned by some, is in fact a very good system. It does provide opportunities for land-owning units to be able to have another avenue through which they can make their land available, to be able to participate in the economic life, the economic landscape of Fiji. As we've seen, in any society or in any sector, whenever you have service levels provided by more than one organization, you will see that the service levels will improve. In the same way, for example, with the land bank, you see that all the land rentals that are being collected go directly to the landowners, as opposed to any poundage being taken out, which I think is a very, very important factor. But it also gives the ability and the flexibility through the laws that we have, as highlighted by Mr. Bishop, how the Prime Minister had highlighted about the landowners getting a bit of a bigger stake. So it's not necessarily bound by some ring fencing of what should be paid, but as opposed to that, we now have the ability to be able to negotiate on a lease-by-lease basis. And I think it needs to be, this story needs to be told quite a lot. There's been a lot of misconception about it. I'd like to take this opportunity to say it has in fact no threat, absolutely no threat whatsoever to any land ownership for any landowner or any landowning unit. The Fijian constitution guarantees land ownership for all Italki landowners, indeed as it does for other people who hold lease, etc. So that is actually cast in stone. We now have another avenue through which we see today this fruition of a lease being issued. We have a premium being paid over a period of time. We also have a lease that will be paid on an annual basis, and of course it's subject to renewal every 5 years. The other important point I think for this particular project is the fact that it's being carried out in Rakiraki, or between Tago and Rakiraki. As you know, recently we have expanded the scope of the tax-free zone, because we see the areas, and as you know, as announced in the budget from Matualu village just before Te Damu, and all the way up to Missouri, is now a tax-free zone. Now, the reason why that has taken place is because they are what we may call economically depressed areas of Fiji. So we need more people to stay in those areas. We need more economic activity. We have lots of land that's available there. By having such a lease there, what it does actually is increase the value of all the land around it. So increase more opportunity for those landowners who have not leased their land in those areas. So it has a multiplier effect. It has a spillover effect. So again, this is why this project is very important to us. We of course, as has been acknowledged, we have a number of good professionals in Fiji, and we look forward to a very timely delivery of this project. We look forward to this. I understand it should be completed at least within 2 years, and that would obviously be a good opportunity. It does also provide an opportunity to market Fiji. The Fijian Made by Fijian campaign is very, very critical to us. As I mentioned to you at a forum about 2 days ago, from April the 5th next year, Fiji will be connected directly by flight to every single continent that rims the Pacific Ocean, except South America. fly to North America, we go to North Asia, we'll be going to Southeast Asia, and of course go to Australia, New Zealand, and other Pacific Island countries. South America is probably our next new frontier. But it positions Fiji as a hub. It also helps businesses like 480 Holdings and other businesses to be able to market Fijian products a lot more easily, more direct access to those markets, whether it's logistics, whether it's freight. In fact, just this morning I was having a discussion with somebody from Hawaii as to how we can, within a short period of time, increase our internet speeds and the capacity on the Southern Cross cable, because clean manufacturing in the services sector is the future for Fiji. We have a young population, we have a bright young population, we have the connectivity levels with the right type of investment as we have in 480 Holdings, with the right type of logistic arrangements and the right internet speeds, we'll be able to attract a lot more investment in Fiji. So we are in a very good space at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. And that space obviously needs to be utilized, and we look forward to companies like 480 Holdings to be our brand ambassadors for Fiji. And I'm sure that you will be doing that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to sort of end perhaps using the analogy about those very brave soldiers, courageous soldiers who won awards. I think every Fijian who contributes to Fiji as productive members, and as again said yesterday, whether somebody's driving a car for you in your ministry or in your company, or somebody who's a tea lady, or somebody who's a secretary, they all are very, very important to us. Because we never think about the driver. But the day that he or she misses work, then we say, oh, the driver's not here, so I cannot go to my meeting, whatever the case may be. So they're all an integral part. And if everybody, every Fijian, plays that integral part of theirs, then we become a very good team. If we become a very good team, then obviously the world is our oyster. And these are the kind of opportunities that are knocking on our door. These are the kind of processes that are put in place to ensure that we take advantage more of this. So thank you very much for that. And we obviously look forward to the completion of the project. The government is here, including the Ministry of Lands, Town and Country Planning, and of course our professionals who are here to help you complete the project. And we of course would like to publicly say that should you have any problems, please let us know. We look forward to your participation, not just as a business in Fiji, but as a good corporate citizen in the Fijian landscape. So I understand now we have the opportunity to hand you the lease, 99-year lease. And I'd also like to ask the Minister for Lands to be part of the handing over. He's already getting a 10.
I have one last thing I'd like to say. Zonjag, let's get started with the civil engineering on the roads and the bridges and get this thing kicked off. You got the green light. Thank you very much.
Like a big